Welcome back, everybody. Now, I'm very excited because we have a guest actually returning because she had so much information to share that we didn't quite get to it. So, psychotherapist Schellie Fanfan is with us. Y'all give it up. Yes. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Look at that, look at that. Gateway High School in the house.
In the building.
In the building. Join us. Join us. Schellie, welcome back, first off.
Thank you for having me.
No, it's a pleasure having you here. Last time we had you here, we had a great interview. We had a great time.
Awesome.
But we just got to scratch the surface
Yes.
of trying to help folks when it comes to relationship intimacy.
Yes.
And why it's important and why it's so taboo to talk about it.
Right.
Let's talk, let's talk about the fear first off. Like I can imagine as a man, having a problem, having an issue, and then having to go talk to a complete stranger about something that seems so private.
Right.
So first off, how do you get people to do this and actually get help?
Well, vulnerability is the key to all healing. And so, you know, making sure that people understand that that is what's going to give them access to where they want to be.
Okay.
And also, I have a very unique way of just helping people to feel comfortable.
Okay.
And we start by using the right words. Like, we don't do it. What's it? Is that playing dominoes, checkers? Like, can we use the word sex, use the word penis, use the word vagina?
Oh, wow.
Because we have been raised.
Ma'am.
Wow. Yes.
Ooh, you got to warn us when you just pull those out. When you
Was that too much?
Yes,
okay.
You got to ask my permission. That's just rude. I'm joking, of course, but
yes,
I can imagine for people, you have to get them comfortable. Listen, it's okay. We're adults. You can say sex. It's all right.
Yes,
Gotcha.
yeah. And so we've been raised with so much shame and guilt. Like, you're going to die because you were caught masturbating.
Oh,
and
wow.
So, like, another one of you.
You got ease me into it.
So really just, you know, teaching people, like, who taught you about sex and the ideas that surround, you know, your understanding of what sex is. And when we start to talk about that, we laugh about it, sometimes cry about it. It opens the door to allow people to be extremely vulnerable about what they're going through.
And let them know you're in a safe place.
That's
Look,
right. Absolutely.
I'm not here to embarrass you. I'm here to listen and help you.
Absolutely. I am not here to tell people right or wrong. It's just helping them to understand that what you are doing is not effective. So there's another way to do what you're doing and enhance it to meet your goals.
Now, when you find that you have these sessions with couples,
yes,
is it always one person that had no idea? Like, kind of like, I didn't know.
Oh, absolutely.
And there's always one that's like, I knew it was a problem. Like, and they're clapping like, I knew it was a problem, right?
Well, most of the time what happens is that the revelation starts to happen when new information is presented. And I say all the time, my coach used to say it even with me in my own personal mental health journey, that our breakthrough is most of the time on the other side of something we do not know. And so when I work with couples, specifically with intimacy enhancement, I teach them skills because the whole goal is to take the skill to a skillet. We want to take that sexless marriage onto a hot skillet. And most of the time, it's just learning skills. And so when we start teaching those skills, it's like, wow, the light bulb goes off. And I've seen it for years, the light bulb go off and couples go from being emotionally unhealthy to emotionally healthy. It enhances their intimacy, and then the great sex comes.
There you go. And when you're having great sex, you're more likely to be best friends or good friends with that person.
Absolutely.
Because you're communicating more, you're more open, like you said.
Absolutely.
Now, it must be hard for, let's say, some men to come in and have someone tell them, hey, look, we like what you're doing, but there's ways to improve.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And so we do this personality assessment because we all have sexual personalities. And so one of the personalities is Superman, right?
Okay, wait a minute. I can't wait. I'm more of a Batman, like Cape Crusader.
Right.
No, I can't wait to hear this. Now,
well, I make it fun, right? So there's the bunny rabbit personality type. And then so think about the Energizer bunny. And then there's Superman. So Superman is that type that They go, duration is long, passion is high, intensity is high.
Okay.
They are, open to ideas. And so usually men will identify themselves as Superman. But then when we start talking about, well, you rate your spouse and what personality type do you think your spouse has? And that's when the truth comes out, when the man realizes that I'm not necessarily Superman, and my wife has been faking her orgasms for over 20 years.
Oh, that must be one of the hardest things for a man to deal with.
Absolutely.
Like
and it happens vice versa too, but most of the time it happens.
Wait, what do you mean it happens vice versa?
Well, sometimes, men do too. They will fake their orgasms as well.
Men fake orgasms?
Absolutely.
Mike, did you know men can fake them?
I didn't know, but I'll start trying.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah,
So let's get into it. What are some of the things? Okay, let's do it this way. What are some of the most common issues you find when you talk to couples?
The women faking orgasms and women not necessarily enjoying sex and finding it to be a chore, and as a result of that, withholding sex because they don't have the motivation to engage. That's usually the number one reason why individuals are coming in sexless marriages that are rooted in just the lack of desire on the woman's
Really?
part.
Hold on, let me call my wife and put her on speaker.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this.
So what's one of the things you can help a partner with to get his wife, on board? What's some of the things that men are not doing? Are we not showing enough affection? What are some of the things we're struggling with?
Well, first and foremost, both usually are struggling with communication, because when you're faking orgasms for that long and making your husband feel like he's number one and great, but you're not necessarily enjoying it, it's not fair. So getting to a place where we can make that communication safe and you can share what it is you're feeling and what your desires are, that's key. Another is teaching men that it takes women probably about 30 to 45 minutes to really get to that level of relaxation where sexual arousal is at its peak. And so it doesn't happen as fast for women usually. And so really understanding the importance of taking that time and really maximizing intimacy that causes a woman to kind of reach those higher levels of sexual arousal. And that, when I say intimacy, that's when we're talking about quality time, those 3 forms of contact happening at once that I talked about. That's eye contact, skin contact, verbal contact happening on a regular basis. Your bank accounts show that you are prioritizing your marriage. Your calendar shows that you are prioritizing your marriage, and that you're really taking the time to flirt, send pictures, all those things.
You got to keep dating as long as you're married.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So really focusing on those cold, warm, because usually when people come in, they want hot zone. That's when we're talking about positions and how to take your orgasm and making it last longer and causing your orgasm to not necessarily be localized, but a whole body experience. Usually people are coming in because they want that, but we can't even get to that if we are not really addressing those foundational issues, those foundational layers that cause that to happen. So teaching that and making sure men understand that as well. Not only men, but women as well, understanding the needs of the other. And I cannot say this enough. We don't use the biggest organ on our bodies. A lot of the times we're not using the biggest organ that we have, the largest organ that we have in our bodies, to really maximize sexual gratification, and that's our skin.
Okay, thank God you said skin. Okay. Now, Schellie,
what were you thinking?
Can you keep coming back and giving us more information about this? This is such a huge topic.
Absolutely.
But we got a little bit further into what we need to be doing.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Can you tell everybody where they can follow you as always?
Absolutely. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn at Ask Schellie.
She will be back, and we're going to be asking her some stuff that we're going to have people write in so they can ask you some questions about what they're dealing with.
I'll do it.
Thank you, guys. On behalf of my wonderful guest, Schellie Fanfan, myself, James John, and as always, my man, Tight Mike Randolph. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to get some more information from her. So what you were saying was...